Well, good morning, everyone. I thought we'd talk about something a little bit different today. And it's actually a very simple subject, but you'd be surprised at how many people have a little struggle with this. I know I have, and so I thought maybe I'd share what I do. And that is, when you get a strap, what do you do with this? Do you have a struggle with getting it on? Have you ever seen them? You put them on, and then they all just get all bunched up on you, and you pull it out, it's just this big mess. And you got to get the right length and everything, and that takes a little bit of adjustments. But how do you do this? So, there's other choices. I mean, you got this type here. You could get a strap like this, where it just, you just adjust it by sliding the buckle. That's kind of nice. The drawback on that is that this buckle's pretty heavy. And I don't know if it's happened to you, but I've had them just come down and slap the guitar a couple times. And that'll put a few dents in your guitar. So there's a drawback to having something like this. You can scratch your instrument, you can hit it, knock it with it if it, when you're taking it off or whatever, and it flops over onto the guitar. So I don't know if I'm really a fan of these, although I've used them because you can adjust it so easily to get your length. Of course, you can always buy a custom-made one if you want to spend money and have it built and have it made just for the length you're looking for. So let's go back to this one. So how do you do this? Well, let me show you what I do. Let's see if I can do this on this little iPhone here that I have. So I'm going to take it off first and show it to you. I already undid everything, so this is a pretty new strap. And, okay. So usually it's two pieces like this. And for me, I'm short, so I pretty much start right up here at the top when I go to put it on. And what I do is, when you look at it, is I'll turn it over on its back like this. And then I will bring this and turn it over on its back like this. So now two pieces are on their back, right? And what I'm going to do is I'll take this first piece and just look at this like a ladder. And I'm just going to poke it right into the very first rung of the ladder and pull this all the way till it comes to the end of where you'll see it's wide. So there it is, going to bring it down. And then what you do is you just fold this over so that ladder piece on this now lines up with the next ladder. See that? It's all lined up, and we've got it like this. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this part and feed it back through like so that it goes through two layers now. And so now I've got this. And it's on there pretty strong. I mean, that's not going to go anywhere. And you'll see on this side how that looks from that side. Does that make sense? And then what I do is I just start with this very next rung, which is right here. And I'll just feed that through. And some people don't do much more than this, but I find it starts bunching up and stuff unless I feed the ladder, just alternate in and out down to the end or close to it. And let's see here. There we go. We're going to feed that back in there. Go down to the bottom, back up again. So it's pretty simple. It's just getting that first part right. That's important. There we have it. So there it is. It's on there. It's fed through. That is not going to bunch up either. When I pull it, it's nice and it stays straight. Now, then the next question comes up. How do you get this thing on the end of your guitar? I'm going to turn this off here. Let's see, and pull this out. This is the adapter for the Wi-Fi. I mean, the wireless adapter to the amplifier. And so now we have this pin down here. And I don't know if you can see these pins on this that Martin put on here. It's separate from the input jack. And I like it when they do this. And I like this type because really this one's going to go on real easy. It should slide right on. This is a new strap. And there we go. See, it went right on. See that? But and it's on there really nice. This is it. I like that kind of a button. Where usually you have an end jack and it's really thin and it's very, very hard to put it on. And what you have to do is when you look at some of these, if you're having a hard time and it's just not big enough and it's just not going on, you'll notice it has like a keyhole. And you'll also notice when you look at it that they have it stitched right around it. You can widen this slit as long as you don't go past those stitches. Do you see that? You could probably take an X-Acto knife or something and just maybe like 1/8 of an inch or so, just kind of open it up a little more. I've heard of some people, they'll take and they'll wet this and stretch the leather, and that seems to help them. But you kind of want to be careful about putting wet against your guitar, so you got to wait for it to dry. So that could be a problem, but I've heard people do that. I've heard people take, just maybe some kind of a dowel or something and stick it in there and just get that leather stretched really good before you put it on, and that seems to work for them as well. I usually end up just making the slit just a little bit bigger. In fact, I did it on this. I can see it's cut just a little bit. I probably started putting this on one. You can see probably about maybe not even 1/4 of an inch. I just cut it down just a little bit right here. See that? And so that way it'll slide on a little easier. But you have to be careful. You don't want to overdo it. You can wreck your strap if you go too far with it. Plus, you don't want to go past where those stitches are, because then you'll weaken the strap. Those stitches are there to keep it so it won't rip on you. So that was what I wanted to show you today, how to get one of these things ready to put on. Usually this end here is the end that goes up by the neck. And usually in this case here, you can see that my end straps right here, I like them here, or I like them on the neck itself. I do not like them. This one doesn't have a heel, but for the guitars that have a heel, my Taylor, I have a new Taylor, it's a 12-string. They put the strap button on the heel. And what happens when you put the strap on is it tends to fall forward. It's just not comfortable. I just don't like it there. But I have a feeling they did it because their neck is very special in the way that it attaches. The same thing with this one. You can see where they put it in a special place. You've got to be real careful if you go to put your own pin on a guitar that doesn't have one. You need to understand what's that neck is made of, what's there. Where are if there's a screw on, if there's a bolt on, where the bolts are. So usually what I'll do is before I put a strap button in a neck, and most cases it'll go on the side of the neck, I will check with manufacturer's recommendations. They usually have them someplace it'll show you. So so I like to have a strap button up here, but if you don't have one, you can always, there's little straps you can get that go up here and they button in place, and then you would take the end of this and just link it onto that button. It's a strap. I don't have one, or you can tie it on with a shoelace. You know, that you'll see that. Sometimes these will come with leather laces, and they're meant to tie here. It's very uncomfortable to have your guitar strapped to here. At least I feel that way. I like it hooked here, or hooked on the side of the neck down in here. So there you have it. How to put one of these straps on. How do you attach the tail? I guess that's what you call it. And I hope that helps. And I hope you all, oh, before I go, I want to remind you that in less than a week and a half, I'm going to be going on a road trip. The purpose of that trip is so that I can visit some guitar stores along the way, like I did about 3 months ago. And I hope to take you along with me. So we'll be checking out some of the privately owned guitar stores, and hopefully find some treasures that we can sample and talk about. And it should be a good time. So be watching for that. And if you have any guitar stores, I'm mostly staying in central United States area. I'll be leaving from California, and I'm going to go as far as Missouri, and then I'm going to loop back. So I will only be gone from home a couple of weeks, but that's enough for me. I kind of have too much going on here with church and everything, so I have to get back. But it should be a good time, and I hope to take you with us. And okay, well, I hope you have a great day out there, or night, wherever you are in this world.